Hi, I'm Kate Perdoni.
And I'm Michael Gadlin. Welcome back to Arts District from Rocky Mountain PBS.
So, Amber is a gardener.
And Ian is a taxidermist.
And both of them are passionate about nature and things that are just a little strange.
Let's see what happens when this couple combines their talents inside their own one-of-a-kind plant shop in Denver.
As they put the terror in terrarium.
The decay and the regrowth, but this is the process of these living creatures taken by the earth and then new life sprouting from it. I just love that cycle. And the cool thing about the terrariums that made me get into them was the fact that you become part of that process. The decay and regrowth is facilitated by you taking care of your piece. And I just thought it was really magical to think of yourself in such a bigger concept.
Entropy and regrowth. It happens to everyone and everything. It feels right to make pieces that try to reflect that. The Terrarium shop is a story of a taxidermist and a gardener who met and fell in love. While the word terrarium is an amalgamation of the words terror and terrarium, we bring kind of a spooky twist to terrariums.
He likes to say it's spooky, but I don't really think it's spooky. I think it's beautiful because it really encompasses like the processes of decay and regrowth in our products.
I think a plant inside the mouth would look pretty cool, especially because this guy happens to be missing his teeth.
I grew up in Colorado, hunting and fishing in the mountains. When I found out that I could start giving Amber bones and skulls instead of like bouquets of flowers.
You bring me so many bones and you say, I just found this for you. And I'm like, yes!
I think that's really how I won her heart, was
dead things?
Through the dead things. But
when I first started doing this, I started doing it when I was little. I used to go to greenhouse with my mom all the time, and she would let me like pick up all the flowers that I found on the floor. I remember I was walking and I saw this like half deer face when I was walking, and it had plants coming out of it, and that's like when I started incorporating live plants. I was like, this is amazing. It's just so cool to see this creature being like taken by the earth again and new life sprouting out of it, and that's where the whole idea of plants, bones came in. I've been making these little like mini scenes or mini worlds terrariums for a really long time. And I had met Ian.
Yeah, it was about 3 years ago. And
it was our first holiday together, and I had gifted him one of my creations. And that's where it all took off. He's like, these are really, cool.
And back then it was simple. A muskrat skull that she had found situated amongst some cacti and some rocks. And it was very simple, but I found it to be clean and beautiful and really represented rebirth from death.
You know, I'm almost thinking the possum might be the right size for that one.
When we got in the studio together, him and I, our brains just kind of took off.
It was like these weird synapses would fire. Some of I think our best ideas have come up, definitely, is just working together in the studio.
Yeah, definitely.
And it used to be all at our house, but now we have this great shop, and it's like, now we get to expand on that even more. So.
Ian does the processing, he does the dead things, I do the live things. We always joke about that.
We have a little roadkill kit, that contains gloves and plastic and things. So if I do come across, something that is met an ignominious end, that I can take care of it in a sanitary fashion. So the goal is to get something like this free of all these little stringy bits. It's not glamorous. It's not glamorous. Like I can't stress that enough.
Ian preps the skulls open, and I bring them to the space, and that's where I kind of make the creations here. So all my pieces kind of symbolize an experience I've had. I try to think of like moments in time and recreate those. Like it's become a 3D memory for me. When I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about experiences in nature, but also textures, colors, the way that they'll grow over time to fill the piece is really important.
And I think about like all the functional aspects of things too, like adequate drainage. And so I take the time to go ahead and bore holes through the bottoms of all the glass.
Yeah.
Just being in this space makes me so happy.
It feels so good to be.
It does, and I love seeing all the life that also is happy in here too.
I will always be a little bit grumpy in the morning, but I they need a pot of coffee. In the mornings, I love coming in here. It's just so much fun to have a space to decorate that and to
We're
share
also
it with
kind
our
of hoarders
people.
too, with like cool like old stuff. So we've been able
Yeah.
to take a lot of the stuff out of our house and be like, look.
I mean, I guess you just get to create every day,
Yeah.
which is like being able to bring a part of nature into your home and like interact with it is really magical. You know, not everyone has the accessibility to it nowadays. Not everyone has the time to get out into nature. So being able to have a piece of that in your house, I think it's really amazing.
Beautifully put.
The Terrarium shop opened its doors earlier this year, and they've even started offering classes.
That's right. Now, even you can learn how to make a terrarium of your very own. For all the details and to visit their online shop, you can visit theterrariumshop.com.